Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode. And so today, um, get out of the way again. My allergies are still really bothering me. Um, just I'm just having a bad allergy couple of days here, and I don't like to take allergy medicine. So yeah, don't. Unfortunately, I'm just one of those people who don't like to take allergy medicine. But I have some thoughts and some plans today that I wanted to go over with you guys. Let's go over by the hub where it's a little quieter here. So, as you know, in the last episode, we built this great plant here. We did more exploring. We found a lot of cool stuff. Excuse me. But I have some thoughts here. So, let me pull my map up real quick. We're going to lose the game sound for a minute here. So, here's our map. I took a screenshot of it. So, right now, uh-oh. I don't know why my pen's not working. But right now, this is where we are over here, right? This is our main starter base slash home base slash main area. This is where we're going to do all of our deforestation and probably coal. Oops. I have a fancy pen, and for some reason, it's not working on this. I don't know why. Um, but once we get our basic steel down, once we get the steel going here, so we're going to do steel here. I was thinking that then we'll get dimensional depots, which then means I can take my like basic iron production that's over here and we can move it back. When we originally started this game, we were right here. This is where we were, and we know there's a bunch of copper, or not copper, iron nodes here. So I'm thinking that's where we put the iron production for like plates and screws and rods, and then put dimensional depots on them, and then it'll just run forever. Because once we build the coal plant, we can just put power right to it and never have to worry about this ever again. So that way, what we could do is this area over here, we can actually make a steel. I know what I'm trying to say, and the words are not coming out of my mouth. Um, what do you call that? Hold on, let me move my tablet out of the way since obviously it didn't want to work for me. Let me put my keyboard back where it goes. But so this basic production here that's kind of all gibberishy, and then I have this crazy thing. But all of this basic production we can go put over where we originally started. Oh, hey, buddy. Ooh, we'll take those. We actually kind of need those. Thanks so much, dude. I appreciate it. I still need to find you a friend. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is, actually, let's. So yeah, we built all this, but taking all this here and turning this into a modular frame or uh, both, what is it, the versatile frames, kind of a frame factory, kind of in this general area. Um, I'm not going to finish cleaning this up to make it 100% perfect yet. I still want to make like a storage unit type of thing here, and then some type of. This will be like a truck stop or a train stop later in the game. This whole front. This is a nice little frontage road that we can make into something amazing. But yeah, I think we need to. But the main part of today's episode is we are going to tear down a forest and then hopefully get basic steel production down. It's not going to be pretty. And well, let's just put it in the notes here. so we don't forget. I'll just put coal. Yeah, we might get a basic coal plant set up, but I think coal takes like the modular frames and stuff, and I don't think so. If we go to coal, so it takes rotors and reinforced plates, which that is not an issue because we got that going now. But yeah, I think I'll save uh, the beautification of this area for another episode because that's going to take a lot of time and effort, and I really want to think it out. So we got a nice collection of rotors going. I did let the game run for about a few hours after yesterday's episode, and I've actually had it running for about 30 minutes before I started. And look at that, we got tons of reinforced plates going. But my original thought is to move all this storage, because see, we still have to do that. I can probably bring the storage line through here, you know, or even through the sides maybe. I can bring it down like over here, you know, bring it from there to down here to kind of match with this one. And then we can create some type of like front office type of thing, you know, like they have at most factories. They have like an office, and then I could have my storage units here, and you know, then you can go up to the main factory. But see, when you're down here, you can't even hear the factory, which is nice. And then, of course, I have too much inventory right now, so I'm not too worried about making the basic production because it's not like we're hurting for it. I mean, all of these pretty much, I think, have backed up now. Yeah, this is completely full. That's full. I thought I had two. Didn't I have two? Oh, I have them going together. So yeah, that's merging really well. We got tons of that. So I mean, this is not a high priority. Screws, of course, are crazy. I still want to clean this area up, but once again, since it's kind of back here in the corner, it is what it is. But yeah, we need to clean up this. I think this is full. Yeah, everything is just overstocked right now. And then here we have iron or wire. Let me just grab some more. And then I have copper sheeting going. But I need to get the steel production. We need to get steel production going, because that is going to help us greatly when it comes to the dimensional depots, because we need steel pipes. That's like the main thing we need right now are steel pipes. Because once I can get those depots going, you know, then a lot of this stuff just kind of turns into its own little production line, you know, and well, I'm going to delete that eventually, but might have to clean that up too. And how many of these do we got going? And so like these though, you only need, so there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 24. 1200. So I was trying to see how much, because you don't really use these for a lot of things in the game, but you need them for the space elevator. Like we need 1,000 just for the next phase, which I'm not interested in getting anywhere close to getting done anytime soon. That is not the plan. I want to get, oh, we finished tier 3, so we're on tier 4. I don't want to work on this yet until we get steel and coal up, because then we can start making those more efficient, and we'll need the power structures later. Because then after we get steel going, then we can get phase 2 done, which means that we can move on to, and I haven't, when I was playing my other game, this is as far as I got. I have not even made it to this far, so, you know, I am really learning on the fly here. So, I think we have enough shenanigans to get us in trouble. How are we? Do I have any points sitting here? No, I don't. We need to get some more of those going. And then, of course, our power and production. Since our plants are becoming a little more efficient, this is leveling out a little better. But you can see our possible max consumption is 326. Our capacity is still 480. So we're still really good until we get the coal going. And like I said, I think this thing is still backed up, and it's gonna. Oh wow, we're actually finally going through this. But after we deforest that area, we're gonna have more biomass than we're probably ever gonna need for that area too. And once again, we need to head over to this area, and I think we can cut through here again. I always forget, there's so many caves and overhangs and walkways through here, but we want to get over to this area. Here, I'll just highlight it just so I remember what I'm doing. But yeah, we want to get over to that area. And we're going to tear down a forest. We'll probably just make a storage bin of stuff. So let's make the journey. Actually, did we unlock? We might be able to make this journey a little more easy. I forgot, did we? We did. So we can actually build our tractor. What does it take to build a tractor? So we have enough to build a tractor. So let's just go ahead and build a tractor.
Tractors can use any type of fuel and have a self-driving feature, much like Pioneers, only more reliable. While driving, you can record a path to automate vehicle resource transportation. Unlike early self-driving vehicles, tractors will not spy on you. Your employee data is already fully subject to other means of surveillance.
So I think what we'll do, I'm going to use probably coal for the power on this. Oh, that hits hard. Ooh. You might see my other note there about McDonald's. Funny story. So I haven't been to McDonald's in a very long time. Now, granted, I've had McDonald's at like work, like people had brought it in, or maybe customers had brought us McDonald's or something. But actually going to eat there, I can't remember the last time I went to McDonald's. I mean, we're talking years. And a friend of mine wanted to meet this morning, and he wanted to meet at McDonald's because he loves eating at McDonald's. And I'm like, okay, fine, we'll meet at McDonald's. There's one right here. I mean, I was just literally at McDonald's, like, I don't know, 100 feet away from my house. I mean, it's literally right down the street, and I never eat there. And so we meet there, and I don't want to sound like an old man, but when the hell did McDonald's become expensive? Like, asinine expensive. Oh my god. So I walk in, I'm not even looking at the menu. I go in, I got 2 English muffins and a large Coke. I haven't had that in forever. I used to like live on that when I was a lot younger. 2 Egg McMuffins and a large Coke. It came to $12. $12 freaking. And it's like, Egg McMuffins. So McDonald's used to have a deal for what felt like forever, where it was always like 2 Egg McMuffins for $3, and then their large drinks were always $1. So it was always like $4.50, and now it's $12 freaking. But I also have to say that their fountain drinks definitely taste different than anything else in the world, and I think all of you can agree with that, especially like when it comes to their Sprite. But I got a Coke, and when I took the first sip of this, it was like taking a shot of freaking Goldschlager or something. I mean, this shit is strong. I mean, I don't drink a lot of Coke anymore, or Coca-Cola products, or I call everything Coke, even though I mean soda in general. And for my Midwesterners, pop. But where I'm from, we call everything Coke. Pepsi is Coke. Dr. Pepper is Coke. I mean, okay, this is gonna take a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. I just wanted to get that off my chest. But yeah, I cannot believe the price of McDonald's. It is a joke. Can you only put 100 in there? Yeah. So I'll just go ahead and put all this in there. Actually, what I could do is put this biomass. Come on. Yeah, I love having the truck. Not only does it make traveling a little easier, but you also have more storage on you. I'll just dump that in there. There's my chainsaw. Let's hop on this hoopty. Oh, yeah. I might have to do some road construction here, too. And see, I don't know if we can have a vehicle travel through this area. Roadkill. I mean, okay, we're already going the wrong direction anyways. I'm just having fun driving the truck. See, I think I need to go up and around this way. But if we wanted to make a truck route to bring supplies back to this home base or to my other areas, um, we're gonna have to make sure that it's able to drive through here without any issues, because that's one of the biggest issues. What am I doing? Sorry, buddy. So, yeah, because I just don't think we can. I keep getting sidetracked on where I'm going. I need to stay over here. But you know, these things are pretty good vehicles, but they can also get held up really easy on stupid things. So you have to be careful. Hold on, that's not going to work. I mean, luckily, insects, bugs, animals don't bother it. If it does run into an issue, it will just reset itself. It'll kind of clip itself back into where it needs to go. But you have to make sure that the road is not. You know what? You're the one that ran into me. How about that? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I mean, like, this is not a very good route for it to be going on. I mean, because if we're going to have a truck route, we're probably going to have to go the other direction. I just wanted to see if this was possible. And it's starting to look like it's not. There's just too much going on down here. There'd be too many turns, there's too many animals, the road is very uneven. is my camera so... There we go. Wasn't... That makes it a little easier. Now I can see where I'm going. But I think this is... Yep, here we go. So... I'm just going to make this my base of operations over here. So what we have here, in case you weren't following along, so there's copper and there's iron over here. Do you hear that? That was weird. I don't know if that was outside of the game or if that was coming through my headphones. But anyway, so we have copper and iron over here. We have limestone right here. There are 4 or 5 coal nodes right here. There's 4. So there's 4 of them here. Sometimes when I scan this, it says 5. There is also some coal up here. And I think one of those is pure. So there is some pure coal there. There is some pure coal there. I did not find this when we were exploring, though, unfortunately. We do have some sulfur. I think that's right there. And then there's a whole bunch of... like this, there's a whole bunch of supplies up on the hill here. Oops. So we have a bunch of iron. There should be a bunch more right here. But yeah, this is our original, like, starting location, I think, was right here. No, it was down here. Our original starting location, we started about here. This was the area, and I'm thinking that's where I'll put the basic production. And see, we're going to have to find a way to get home faster, or to get to this area faster. Like I said, it might be go back, go through here, go over the water, and then we can just come right down this. I think that might be faster and easier to drive. But yeah, we also have some copper right here, and then there's a bunch of copper. There was a couple of, yeah, there's one there. I thought there was more. But yeah, we need to clean this area up, and you know what that means. It is time to deforestize. Oh, can I make it? Can I make it? But yeah, we're gonna tear everything down. And yes, we found a cave in there. That was cool. But we are gonna knock all this down. We're gonna clean all this up so we can build some basic production and basic whatchamacallit, and hopefully start getting a steel plant going. So guess what time it is? I'm like a chainsaw. Yeah. Might as well start chopping them down. Oh, and also we did get the Xeno Basher, this bad boy, which makes this a lot easier. Now it only takes a few hits. You know, when we had that little basically cattle prod. You know, it took forever to kill these guys. Now it takes 3 hits. So like I said, that is a huge upgrade in the game when you're playing. Oh wow, that was a big tree. Now I did mention in another when I was in one of the other videos, I talked about kind of the way that I play these types of games, and that I like to get a lot of the stuff out of the way to begin with, because as you're building, then you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, let me chop this tree down. And, you know, I just like to clean everything up. I mean, we already know we're going to be building here. We already know it's probably going to have some extensive buildings, and, you know, and I just want to be able to see what I'm doing. And, you know, it's not like this is part of our job as a Fitsit employee, is to exploit and demolish and, you know, do all this fun stuff. It's our job title. But it just makes it so much easier to work when you don't have all this stuff in your way. You know, it's... So now we have a nice open space. So now we need to make a walkway of some kind here. And where do we want it to go? Do we want it to be in front of the waterfall? Just go over the waterfall? I think we'll just go... That looks like a nice place right there. How about that? We'll just stick a... I don't think we'll be able to get a truck across that, but... we can fix it later for trucks. Fix it, get it. Oh, let's just get rid of this too. That's gonna drive me crazy. Let me take another shot of this McDonald's Coke. Ugh. Oh my god, it's so strong. Like I said, I don't drink Coca-Cola products or sodas anymore, so I mean, yeah, it's definitely tastes stronger than it used to, but oof. Alright, so get out the chainsaw. And I'm glad the trees don't fall on you. This is one thing I was talking about in the last episode too. When you cut down trees, you don't have to worry about them falling on you, and you don't have to go around and collect all the stuff. It goes right into your inventory, so you don't have to worry about that. Which I think makes things a lot easier. You know what, buddy? I was gonna leave you alone, but yeah, we're gonna be spamming that E button like crazy. Oops. And we are just going to clean up this whole area so that way we can see exactly what we got to build with. We can build exactly as we want. Like I said, I see so many people that play this game that just like, they don't do this type of stuff, and then they're like having to go back and rethink things and be like, oh, I should have just taken this down and I should have changed that, and why didn't I grab that? And I think there was a doggo hiding over here too, so maybe we can try to get doggo back to the factory. I would like to get another doggo for our buddy. Um, oh, wow. And I think I can just like chainsaw areas like this and it cleans them up too, see? I just don't like hearing the chainsaw constantly. Drives me crazy. Obviously there's nothing there to do. Um... Tear down the forest, that's what we love to do. And see, I hate when there's leaves right near like that, because it makes it really hard to pick things up. Oh, it's gonna be dark over here. Every time I start a project, it always gets dark. But yeah, at least we'll be able to see what we're doing. Let's just go ahead and go down here. So it looks like we can't get rid of a lot of these flowers, though. Which is fine. don't know if that's any faster. Why is that? It was like impossible for me to pick that up. Now we want to go over to here because we're going to build our road. We might save that for another day. Let's just get this general area cleaned up first. And once again, one of the reasons I like to do this too is when, you know, you're first starting to play this game, you just start building shit, and all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I got trees on my way, or you start getting, you know, and then you have to start rethinking things, and hold on. Sorry, got some mycelia. Plus, I just hate the shrubbery in the way when I'm trying to think about what I'm doing. Shrubbery. Name that movie. I keep thinking I can pick those up. Let's go ahead and get rid of you. Try again. Oh my god, that's so strong. That is just crazy how strong that is. Okie dokie. See, this ground is really uneven, so we might have to just level it off with foundations. And I'm just spamming that E button right now. I need to get a new keyboard. one of those nodes is right there, and it's actually covered by rocks, which suck. What the heck is that noise? So there's one of our coals. Where was the other one? I think they're over there. Oh, there's that doggo. Oh, I just don't know if I want to try to mess with that right now. Maybe I'll wait till I do the deforestation here, and then I can try to figure out how to get them. That just sounds like too much work right now. It's kind of like damn giant tick, moose, cow thing, whatever it is. Definitely lots of nuts and berries though around here. It feels like I keep chopping down the same trees. Oh, my nose. I hate allergies. I never had allergies till I moved to this state. It's so funny. I used to have friends that had allergies, and I was always like, oh man, I feel so bad for them. It's like, I hope I never have them. And I never did. And then I moved to a new state, and I get allergies. Am I missing? There's 2 and 2. Okay, I need to get rid of the rodent problem here. Yeah, so there's one. Okay, am I blind? Oh, there it is. So it's right there and right there. I can't. is another rodent problem over here we need to take care of. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Yeah, there's that doggo. Oh, my nose is so itchy today. Oh, God. Uh, okay, where we got to? And if for any reason you want to get rid of like those plants that have berries and stuff, if you run them over with the truck, I think they disappear. I think that's the only way to get rid of them officially. I could be wrong. Okay, so I'm worse than a developer. How am I going to chop you down? It's so hard to chop them down when they're right next to the nodes like that. So after we deforestation this area, we can start planning out our basic factory situation, because we're going to have to bring iron, because you have to mix iron and coal to get steel. What's up, doggo? Um, I didn't realize these made that much noise. Alright, let's see how destructive we've been. Let's see our destructive capabilities right now. Wow, so that's all cleaned up. That's all cleaned up. And then we got to get those other nodes freed up, which are over here. I think they're right there and right there. And there's just two of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be one up here. Then there's one over here somewhere. But yeah, there should be 2 or 3 more up here. And one of these was pure. Or there's 2 pures. I can't remember. This is pure. And since these are just normal, we're probably going to have to overcook these. But let's get the chainsaw out here. So I'm sitting here thinking too, maybe maybe, maybe we will move, we'll tap into that coal node up the way a bit here, and then we'll use transportation to just bring more coal over here, just to have more coal in the system, and because that should be an easy trucking route to set up. Is that an actual cave, or is that just like a... no. Ah, there was a cave. Oh, there's a cave with poison. I think there was uranium or something up there too, wasn't there? I think I came in the other direction from this. But that would get me up there. That would be so helpful. Because I remember that's when we were up there. But I think there's like uranium over here or something. Because when I was coming the other direction, I think I saw it. So that might be off limits for a while. Until we can figure out... come on. Let's just spam this E button here. But yeah, we need to... I mean, because when we start doing the coal power, that's going to be the problem. Because a normal node it kind of struggles with keeping enough coal. So, I mean, worst case, we can overclock it. Which we have the ability to do now. So we can always overclock our miners until we get the better miners. But steel will be fine, I believe, with normal mode nodes. Right now we only have access to 3 of the 4 because we need to get the noblest done so we can blow up the rock on the other one. So that will be a priority. And we just need to get some steel piping done for that. Once we get the steel pipes going, then we can do a lot of stuff. Steel pipes are kind of like a gateway production that you need to get out of the way. Like, You need to get that one done. That's one of the big ones to get done. The steel plates or whatever, they become more of a thing later, but for now, it's like the pipes are a big thing. Like, you're going to use pipes for so many things when you first. Now, I don't think I'm going to cut down the entire forest over here. I kind of thought I was going to at first, just to have all the room in the world. But I think we can save some of the foliage. I can't even chop it down without mining. I think we can save some of the foliage. But that could change. Everything is subject to change. And now I am not going to build beautiful factories to start because once again, I just want to get production going just so we can start stockpiling the products that we need. Just basic factories, nothing fancy, probably no foundations yet. Eventually we'll probably build a nice massive steel factory, foundry. Because right now what sucks is the closest copper is either way up there, or not copper, iron. There's a bunch of iron like right here. Yeah, but it's all impure. This is pure though, so that's good. And then these are all impure, but there's a whole bunch though. So once again, we can make elevators to just bring the stuff down. That looks weird. We can just bring elevators to bring it down and not have to worry about, it'll just constantly bringing us supplies, basically. So we don't have to. I know what I'm trying to say. I got like 8 things on my mind right now. So let's just dump all this in here. So with that being done, let's look at our beautiful artwork that we just created by destroying a forest. Oh my god, look at that. I think I'll keep these over here for now. I think there's a cave over there. I don't think I noticed that. I want to pick that up too. There are lots of berries though and barrel nut plants though around here. What are you doing? Let's get rid of this. And let's see if that's a cave over there. I think that's a cave. Let me take another shot of McDonald's Coke here. Oh my god, that's so strong. Oh. So is this a cave that I missed? No, I think I went in here. Because wasn't there a Mercer sphere at the very end here? Yeah, I was already in here. Darn. But it almost looked like there was another one too, wasn't there? Like there was 2 caves. This is why I like to clean stuff up too. I just can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so we need to do some basic. We're gonna have to truck that in all the way over there. Hold on. So we're gonna need a foundry, which is 16. And then I think we need a smelter. So that's 20. We can do a water extractor. I'm trying to think if we should set up just a basic, because coal gives you 75. That's a lot of power. But the only issue is we will need a water extractor. And I think I'll have to look again. But it's 1 extractor for basically, it's like a little over 2.5 oil or coal. So I think 2 to 1 is the safest bet to say. But I think we need to set up maybe just a basic, maybe two of these, which would be one of those. And I don't have any copper sheets on me. And I don't think I can produce those in our truck here. But yeah, I'm starting to rethink this though. Because so technically I could make some. But I don't have any power over here. Um so if we do, oh, we're gonna have to make copper pipes too, or water pipes, which means I probably should just go back and get all that stuff. I think this is a waste of my time. Because we're also gonna need to do, and this is all sheeting. Most of this is all sheeting. The junction, yep, that's just sheeting. Um, crub-a-dub-dub. And I couldn't tell how much, I forgot to see how much it actually takes to build this stuff. I just was clicking around too fast. So 2 of those makes 1 of those. Did I not? No, what is copper? Um, oh, I need an ingot. You dingbat. Oh my god. Yeah, so I think... I think we're gonna have to make a basic coal plant first before we make a steel plant. Right? So we're gonna have to rethink this process here. And I didn't even grab enough, did I? Wow. Unbelievable. So we're gonna have to rethink this here. So I mean, not a big deal. But let's get back up here real quick. So we are probably gonna have to make a small biomass burner though, because we're gonna need to jumpstart this stuff. And I mean, we have plenty of room here. I mean, it's not like there isn't room to build. I mean, this could even be a massive coal plant in the future if I wanted to grow it into that. Maybe we put it over there. Because everything else kind of has a coastline. See, like all these kind of... Well, that doesn't. I mean, I could put it like right there. But I don't know why that area is attractive, because it's a straighter line there, so I'm thinking we put it over there. In this area. I mean, I think that would work. I don't know. This doesn't seem as... See, this has a nice straight line. It's a nice progression. This is kind of like, you know, this I can kind of like come out. If I wanted to make a whole line of these, I would just make a whole line, or I could even just follow the... I could make this fancy too, but I think at first we're just going to make basic. We're not going fancy at first. But you can see how deep this water is. I mean, coal is right there. But yeah, I think... Can I even build a water doohickey thing? No. But I mean, that's definitely deep enough for water. We can kind of build a... You know, we can even go right down the middle here. We can figure this out. Just put like a line down the middle, and I'll put like water and coal, water and coal. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah, because I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that, because it's like, well, we need power over here. And I don't really want to run power from the homeland or the home base. I mean, that just isn't, that's not efficient and doesn't make sense. And then I'm going to have to keep that biomass going longer because a lot of this steel stuff, like I said, this is 16 alone. You'll need a smelter, so there's 20. You know, this is 20. You know, a constructor is going to be, well, I think it's an assembler that we need to use. No, I think... Oh no, we can make steel pipes out of this. But yeah, we need to get these two going. So that's going to be another 4. And like I said, we might just make a small biomass, because see, that's only 30. That doesn't do anything. This is 75, which is a huge upgrade. So let's do 75 times 4, 300. I think 6 is too many. 450. I say we do 4 of those. And we're just going to need lots of sheeting. We're going to need at least... we'll do 1 of those for now. We'll need at least 1 of those. We're going to need a couple of miners. I don't think we need a smelter because the foundry is what makes the... So we got 4 generators, 2 miners. So copper sheets, reinforced plates is a big one. Modular frames. What needed modular frames? Oh, the foundry. It's a water extractor? No. I think I'm just going to leave the truck here. We're going to go back to... We're going to have to go back to home base here and pick up a bunch of supplies. I mean, the truck would make sense to bring. I don't know why I keep hitting that. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to build a small power plant to start. Like I said, we might have to use a couple of biomass to get the water going, because that's going to be the big thing. That's the hardest part about coal, is you have to get the water going, or else the power plants don't work. So let me take a quick break. My timer just went off, so let me take a quick break, and I'll be back. Okay, so I took a quick break. Where are we doing? Oh yeah, we're still over here. So we need to go walk back to the base. I don't know if I want to bring the car with me. We might take the car. And I think what we're going to... I mean, we have iron and copper over here, so I can set up a little copper factory to get the sheeting. Not a big deal. Do I want to bring any of this biomass back with me? Let's bring at least the wood. No, let's just bring all of it. We'll just leave these here, though. Let's just make sure that that factory does not run out of... Let's just do that. That can all stay here, because we can build up like a secondary base here. There's enough things around for us to do that. But let's go back to the main base. And we might have to do 6 coal plants. I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, we might have to. Turn. Wow. How come when I'm walking I don't have an issue finding the home, but when I'm driving the car, all of a sudden I can't remember where to go? Do I keep going this way? I guess. Is this the way that I came? I thought I heard a sphere. Wow, barely touched him. He walked into me. So this is wood. This is leaves. I think it is, right? Yes. I almost think walking's faster, but I get all this storage, so storage is better than no storage, right? Leaves. Leaves. I actually have too many leaves. So let's just dump the leaves in here. So I need copper and like I said, we can build simple factories when we get over there, but I need to get so yeah, I thought I had a plan, but looks like we're going to plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know. Let's just take a bunch of this. Let's go grab a bunch of plates. Like I said, we'll have to figure out a day to do this production, to finish this off, basically. Oh, to make it a fully fledged I don't think I have any more modular frames, which is probably going to make me have to do the frame factory. I think we can get basic steel going, and then we can do... Hey, buddy. Oh, more good stuff. Thank you so much. I almost got you a friend, but it was too far away. And we'll just dump you right into here. Because I don't think I have any frames hiding anywhere. We got... I mean, we do have some steel products. This is all animal guts, right? Yep. That's all SAM and slugs. I mean, we can make powers, spears, power, whatever they're called. So we can do... Let's see, we can make an iron factory real quick, too. Do I want... Wow, this is really backing up over here. I'm just going to let that keep going. What is going on here? I don't know why my screw production is lagging so bad. I've never had an issue with screw production. That was always the one... Whoa, how did that happen? That was the one thing that, like, never was an issue. Yeah, I mean, that's already probably full, which means this is probably already full, which it is. The only thing I could think of is we could do that. Anyways. Oh, look, there's a bigger spider. Bye-bye. And we'll probably have to set up a simple biomass burner to get everything kind of running. I try not to run over the birds, but they sometimes just pop up underneath your tires, so whatever. Yeehaw. Dukes of Hazzard. Oh, come on, this thing doesn't turn. God, turn. Let's see, we'd have to clean this road up too. This is just not tractor friendly. Okay. So, for a coal plant, how big are these suckers? They're huge, aren't they? Yeah. Um, we're gonna need coal. So I think we just go ahead and set up a couple of coal over here. Because both of these are going to have to be dedicated to, and these are both what? Pure, normal, and normal? Well, at least they're both normal. But I think we'll set up a couple of miners, and we'll have them go that direction. I'll just do like that. And then we'll just have you come like that. So these mine 60 a minute at normal. Now we can bump these up. If we put them at 200, that would make them 120 a minute each. And then, so what are they? 60? So I could have two Mark 1s merge together here and then do the 120 that direction. Because they only take 60. So let's just... And let's put a merger. And we want you to go... Then what we can do is make it a Mark II belt. Which, yeah, we'll just go... in a straight direction that way. Do you mind? So, for giggles and giggles here, if we're going to do this over here, let's... So I don't think we're going to be able to put that on the grid. Of course, it's an even number. Well, technically, we can call that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So if we make this the center, and then we just build out from there. Because then we can have... I don't think the coal will fit on that side. It'll probably fit on this side. How big is a coal plant again? They are just so freaking... They're huge. Is it really that big? Okay, we can make that work, I think. I don't think it'll let me put it over the water though. So if we pushed you up to say there, are you clipping into the rocks? You probably are, huh? Just a touch. I don't care. Actually, it's probably gonna clip into that rock though. So these are basically almost 4 wide. And if I wanted to do 4 of these, and if I move, just move it over 1 more. So that'd be like 1 and then 2. That's gonna go out pretty far, actually. Because these are a nightmare to place. I don't know if you've ever tried to place these. But it looks like we could easily put that there. Really? Now, I know a lot of people say you should use a watchtower to set these. But, you know, whatever. So yeah, if we put 2 plants here, water extractor, 2 plants, water extractor, 2 plants, water extractor. That's kind of my thought process here. But like I said, we're going to need to get coal and the water going. So it's kind of a double-edged sword of shenanigans right now. See, this is why I like to clean up areas. Look at this. It looks like a mess. Got freaking weeds all over my pipelines here. So, I think we're just going to have to make some serious spaghetti here. So if we just do that, and then do that, and then do... How far can I go? Probably that far. And then we'll do that, and then... We're just going to stretch these kind of far here. And then... Be able to stop right there. So, like I said, we need 4 of these bad mamma jammas. And I'm probably in the wall actually right now, right? No, I'm kind of in the rocks. How far forward can I push you? And we'll just have the coal come above and then drop it into it. Let's just...
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
Thank you. It's so funny. Even if you get those done like really fast, it'll always say that like you didn't do it fast enough. That's as far over as I can go, right? I'm just gonna set it down.
That may indeed be water. Try submerging your arm. If it does not dissolve, that will narrow down the range of possibilities. Or you could just pipe it to a coal-powered generator and see what happens.
Thanks. So what we're gonna do here is I'll just bring the doohickeys. If we just come out. How come I can get you to build down there, but I can't get you to... Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? So that's underwater. I don't think that's underwater. Is that going to clip? I don't think it will. Right, this is not underwater, is it? No, it is not. So, in case you didn't realize what happened there, is when I was at this level, these were actually going up a little bit, which I don't think is a problem, but it could turn into a problem because we'd rather it just go straight like that. That looks straight, right? But when I had it on the platform, though, it was actually going up a little bit, which... What are you doing? Other than bugging the living crap out of me. Get the fuck out of here. Get, 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 get. I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I don't want to kill you. I don't even know if you can kill these. Can you kill these? Oh, look at that, I did.
This species now joins the lengthy list of creatures that have suffered at the hands of humans. Congratulations.
I didn't know you could actually kill that. Oh my god, I feel bad now. Well, can it go away? Oh my god, you bounce on it. I did not know that. Oh my god, that's so bad. That was wrong in so many ways. Oh my god. That was wrong in so many ways. I don't care that it's clipping. Once again, this is not a final factory. Do not judge it based on ugliness and efficientness of the ugliness that we are right now creating. I mean, but in all honesty, he was the issue. He got in my way, and he would not get lost. So I didn't know you could actually kill them, though. That's kind of sad.
Fix-it pipelines can contain any fluid, including the water necessary for coal-powered generators. Note: water does not flow upwards by itself. While water extractors provide some lift, to truly defy gravity, consider the use of pipeline pumps.
Why does it keep going to the side? I'm getting really irritated here. How about we do a junction first? Maybe we should just do that. Okay, I'm getting kind of frustrated right now. Oh, that's so ugly. Okay, so I guess we will go uphill a little bit. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it to work right anyway, so let's just go ahead and let's go back to plan A or whatever I was trying to do. So what I'm doing here is we're putting the junction in first. And then I'm just going to do so we did 1, 2, 3, 4. I did not know you could kill the stupid. Oh, I feel bad now. And plus, the little pep talk from Ada didn't help. That was kind of jacked up. Okay, so let's just put a power line there. And then I'll put a power line there. And then we can put a power line there. And then you can connect to you. Where's the actual power line connections on these things? Are they in the back? Wasn't there like a ladder or something on these? I thought you could get on top of those too. See, it's in the back. I freaking knew it.
This is not efficient. But not going for efficiency on this one. We're going for production. We're just trying to get this done so we can move on to the next part. So all of that should be hooked up, all of that should be hooked up, so we need to bring in all the coal, which I'll probably just bring a line right on top of here, and then split and... yeah. Right? So that means I probably need to build the, this big. So I think we'll have to actually make this too high, and then we'll make one high. Because then we should be able to do... Why is it going that way? Oh. Okay. Because then what we could do is put, we're gonna have to do two belt doohickey things. And then we have to do a splitter. And I don't think that's gonna work, is it? How about this doohickey? That might work. it's clipping, but it's clipping somewhere. And then we'll do another. It says that it's clipping, but I don't know where it's clipping. So, once again, we're not going pretty here. We're going for get her done, and we just need to get the production lines going. And I already feel like I'm spending way too much time on this. I hope that's actually feeding the damn plant. If it's not, I'm going to be pissed. What are we doing? Splitter. Seriously? Okay. So, what we're going to need to do is get some coal, which I just think I took back to home base. Oh, that's why that didn't want to work. This is not supposed to be pretty. This is temporary. So we're going to need some coal, but like I said, I think I just brought it all back to home base. Ugh. Idiot. Idiot, idiot, idiot. Oh, I didn't. Okay. Oh, but I need coal for the beast here. Let's just put you back. I'll just go mine it. I mean, I could set up a quick biomass burner. You know, let's just do that. And how about you actually bring the biomass with you? Oh my god, my brain's not thinking. Idiot, 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 idiot. Let's put this in inventory so that way I can go here, and then we can do... Let's knock these leaves out real quick. Wow, that was quick. And let's get some of this. Oh my god, this is so strong. This freaking McDonald's. Wow. And I just had an ice cube shoot down my throat. Oh. Oh my god, I give up. I'm done with that. I am done. So what we're going to do is I'll put down a couple of biomass burners and we'll jumpstart coal production. And then as the coal starts coming down this way, I'll then hook up the biomass to the main power line here, which will then get those water generators going. So what I want to do is we're just going to get rid of this. Because then what I'll do is I'll hook that up to that, which will get the generators going, and then eventually that'll kickstart the whatchamacallits. Wait, how much power do these take? 5 megawatts. So this gives us 30. We just need one. And where's my power line? So let's just build that. And then we'll do a power line, U to U. And then this is not going to be a permanent solution, so I'm just going to knock this down to like 12. And so that should get these producing coal, which these are Mark 1 belts, and then I have it going to a Mark 2, or did I use Mark... Hey, doggo. So these should be Mark 1 belts because it's only pulling 30, so this is only 30. And then when it hits that belt, it's going to go flying. And then when these finally get down here and they merge together, I think I could have made these belts shorter. I think we need to rethink that. So now these should be merging together so there is no gap, which as you can see, and if I just hit E, interesting. But yeah, we'll keep this running. And then I think what we'll do, let's go back to the power spaghetti. So I think what I'll do is I'll dismantle you and you. Now I need to see where that one's going. Really? Okay, we'll dismantle you, which means we need to put a power line from you to you. And then all of these should be hooked up. There's only 3 of them, right? Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3. Because then what we'll do, once I get a lot of coal in here, because these hold, I want to say 200? I think it's 200. We'll jumpstart these going too to get the water pressure up and everything, because that's going to take a minute. But I think these hold 200. Oh, they're not going to hold 200 because I don't have the power turned on. Idiot. So if I... Well, that put... Well, how come that one had fuel going in it? Why does this one have... Why does that one have fuel going in it? This one does too. Now, my only issue is, though, is these take 20. That's 60. So yeah, we can't jump start with just one burner. You know what? Let's just it's gonna be very inefficient and be very noisy for a while. We're just gonna have to do that. Let's just go ahead and jump start it. Okay, that's gonna blow a fuse instantly. Let's get this power connected first. Okay, so that's all connected, right? Let me just double check. 90. And yeah. Let's try to jumpstart this. Hopefully it doesn't blow a fuse. Okay, the lights are green. We're right on the border of... Why is that one working? It's very noisy over here. That one's working. Nothing else. Those were working. I'm so confused. I am so confused. So it almost looks like I need to have it the other way around. Oh my god. How come some of these are working and some aren't? I'm so confused. Why are some of these working? I am so confused. I don't even know where I'm standing right now that's making me stand like that. Are you serious? I'm... I'm Faber. Okay, so this one's not working. Even though it's trying to work. So... it doesn't seem to matter. Oh my god, line up. See, I think it's because it's doing that. It just has to, like, line up perfectly for that split second. Nope, see, it keeps doing that. Maybe this one needs to be the other direction. This is so loud and annoying right now, and it's driving me up a freaking wall. And I can't move around, and I don't know why this is not working. I've done this so many damn times. So I got 2 of them, they're just not working. So let's do what we did in the last one. Let's put the splitter. I am so confused right now. And see, whenever it does that, it screws it up. That looks like it's too high. Oh my god! Why are some of these working and some aren't? See, I don't understand. Look, this one's working. Because, see, this one's doing whatever that is. And I need to stop doing that. Everything is lined up exactly in the same damn place. I am so confused. Everything is in the same freaking place. I've done this. I'm just at a total loss right now. How are half of them working and the other half aren't? I am so frustrated right now. This should have not have taken. This shouldn't have taken. Okay, I gotta take a break before I break my screen. Alright, I'll be back. Okay. I went for a quick walk. I think what I'm gonna do, because once again, this is not a permanent building. You know, this is just a temporary fix. I think I'm gonna try some. I'm just gonna nudge these back one. The ones that aren't working. That was just so infuriating. This is not a good day. See what happens when you have McDonald's for the first time in 100 years? So let's see. This one's not on, right? So what I'm going to do, and this is probably going to kill all my power because I think everything was connected through that. We're just going to build the power plant again. We're just going to build it again. Okay, hit H, and I'm going to move it back one. And then what I'm going to do, I don't know why the other ones were working just fine, though. That is so funny. And then we'll just do that. And then I'll put a... oh my god. I am on the struggle bus. I am the first passenger on the struggle bus today. So let's hold that there. I can't even find the keys on the keyboard to use right now. So if I go all the way Eclipse, let's go back one. Let's just do that. Let's do 3, hit E, put a belt right there. Now there's coal going into this. And then we gotta hook, no, I gotta do pipeline. We'll do a pipeline. And it's not connected to the power grid anymore. I don't even care if it clips anymore, really. I don't. We'll fix it later. Okay, so that one's now working. And what was the other one that's not working? It was this one, because that's why I didn't bother connecting anything again. So let's dismantle that, and then power. Hold that thought, bring it back one. And now we're clipping with power poles. you know, let's just get rid of you. I know that's going to kill all of my power generation. Move it back one. And now you're not lined up. And you're still not lined up. I am just at a loss here today, guys. I am really at a loss here today. I think I just have to go up one. And then if we do, no, 5. Why is it not lining up? What am I doing wrong, guys? Oh my god. What am I doing wrong? I shouldn't... I'm at a total loss here right now. I am just at a total loss. Unbelievable. It's so noisy over there. So those are 75. So 75 times 4 is 300. Which means if I take these down, we should be at 75. 75 times 4 is 300. Why am I getting more power? Oh, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 times 75 is 450. Oh my goodness. So I have 450. Oh my god, my friends. That was the most frustrating thing I have ever had to do. I'm at a total loss here. That was just, my brain hurts now. I almost gave up many times on that. I mean, once again, I just wanted temporary power, but I wanted it to be coal. And that's just, oh my god. I think it was that McDonald's Coke. It made me made my brain hurt or something. Okay, so now we need to set up some basic production over here. I think we should get that going first. We need to find an easier way to get around, though, because I am not going to keep jumping around all these damn... trying to climb all over everything here. So let's see what our... Oh my god, that was frustrating. I am sorry if that was as frustrating for you to watch as it was for me to play. That was the most frustrating thing. You are so... That should not have been that hard. Oh... Anyway, so we got limestone right there, so I don't want to... So I think we should just continue whatever line this is and head that way, because that's where our coal is, that we can start making a steel plant. And like I said, I'm not going to worry about foundations. Maybe we might throw some foundations down just so it's not as ugly. But maybe we just make a quick steel plant so I can start getting some other stuff accomplished faster. We can even set a concrete plant up over here. Buddy. Pissing me off. I'm gonna take it out on everybody now. That was just so frustrating. So yeah, we can run our conveyor belt lines down here. So we'll get both of these running. Maybe I'll set up... I say we just bring all the stuff down here, including the limestone, and we'll build small factories, like, in this vicinity. Does that sound like a plan? Oh, and also I want to mention, too, my air conditioner actually just turned on, and it's only, like, 10:30 in the morning. Are these all underground? Are you serious? So I think what I'll do, I think we can just go up one more. If we just go up one, and we'll just bring everything this direction. I can't get this foliage. Oh, I can get that. And then I might set up a small foundation. Well, I don't know, because there's some extreme elevation going through here. Why am I stuck on the cliff? Because I'll set up, I can just set up a simple limestone doohickey. And I can't even get rid of these leaves. Now I can. So I can just set up a simple limestone. Let's just get that out of the way. I think I'll just have you go this direction. Because then we can go right into a constructor. And we'll just have you start making concrete for us. And this does what? 60 a minute, so we can just use a Mark III line. We don't have to get fancy. And then I'm going to put a storage unit. Just do that. Where am I going with this? I still haven't decided yet. But yeah, I haven't had my air conditioner turn on before. Usually, I mean, noon has usually been the earliest, but today, 10:30, really. Like I said, yesterday was really hot. Today's supposed to be just as hot. The day before was really hot. And in a few days, it's going to be like 70 degrees. I mean, gotta love the weather. So do we just bring it this way? Just so it stays higher up? And then I can make my steel plant over there. So if we just do... and then come this way. Am I on the grid? I don't even know if I'm on the grid doing this. I don't think I am. Oh, I am? So we'll just have it... That seems almost extremely inefficient there. I need to bash on some hogs. Where'd you go? Where'd you guys go? I wanted to hurt somebody. Wasn't there a couple of hoggies standing over here when I was just looking here? Oh, these are both kind of up on a hill themselves, so we might have to rethink that. Of course, I could always just put these on foundations too to help with that. That looks like about a... Could we do like just a 1? So if we just go like right there. Let's just have you go like that. I think that'll work. I think that'll work. Oh, my ear itches now. Hold on. Ow. No, not a ramp. And I think we just go like this. And I think I'll just make a couple more. Is this pure? Oh, that's pure. This is not though, right? That's normal. Negative. We're just gonna have a slight boom. And just because I'm bored, yeah, we'll do that. And like I said, I think this is very ineffective if I'm actually gonna be going that way. So what can we do to... We'll just do that. And we'll just come this way with it, and then we'll go this way. And then we can bring it right over here. And then we can build a small copper facility. And then we can start our steel over there with that copper. And then when we get steel pipes, we can blow that up, and then we'll have two of the coals. And then we're gonna have to probably expand that once we get a lot of that going. And how am I gonna get power over here easily? Is there... I think I can just go across the... I think if I just put like a pole there, and then like a pole there. Will it reach that far? Yes. And then if we go from there to, let's say here, then we can go there to like, then we go from this guy to like you, and then we can go you to you, and you to you. We can go like you to you, which then we can go you to you. And I think we're gonna get some serious clipping going on here. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, it's not. Okay. And we'll just go right on the beach. from you to you. And then I'll go you. We'll put you about a halfway in between just so there's a little bit of leeway. And then we can go you to you, which all that should be turning green over there, which looks like it is. And what does that do to our total consumption? Nothing. Bumped it up to 85. Yeah. So, and yeah, I don't think I need to make a fancy walkway now that I think about it, because all this is doing is producing what we need. But once again, this is a pure node. So that's pure, so that's doing 120, which means we're going to want to use the Mark IIs on that one. And this is just a 60. I'm stuck on something. That was weird. So if we just do a Mark II belt and put it there. And then we can do a Mark I belt. Come on. Will let me go. No, it won't. And we'll go from there to there. And then we'll go like from there to there. Resources are coming up. And this should not be too steep, so this shouldn't be an issue. What do you mean you're clipping? Are you serious? So we're not going to do ramps. We're just going to come right up to the top, I guess. We just need to find a way to get up here. So if, once again, we just demolish all this. I love doing stuff over and over again. So if I just keep this here, and we'll zoop a couple over, and we'll zoop a couple more. No, wait. Wait. No, that's... because then we can just... oh, vertical. Vertical. Why do I always keep hitting V? So if we just do that... and then I can put a... ladder apparatus... and then we can do a... do that. Now, I don't know if these can be this close together, though. That was... let's see what happens. Where's the iron? I see you. There you are. So we'll do 3E, we'll start bringing you across. I think that's about as far as I can go before it'll start yelling at me. Hello. And then can I connect to you? And then 3, and then we'll hit E. And wrap you along here. So I don't want you against there, so we'll just do that. And then is it going to let me... Are you going to be nice? Did it actually let me do it? Oh, look at that. We got conveyor belts everywhere. That's so nice. And then 3 and E for Mark II, and then we'll bring you along like this, and then wrap you this direction. How are my supplies doing? I'm probably gonna have to make a supply run at this rate. I'm like wasting too much stuff right now. And then we're gonna wrap you over here too. Okay, so I probably could have done that less. You know, whatever. So I need to get the iron over there. I think we make a copper plant though, right here. I think we need to come down a level though. I'm stuck. What's going on? I think we make... There's no really way to do this, is there? So the iron is just gonna go over there. But I think we make a copper plant. So I think what I'll do is make a copper smelting machine here. Because this is, God, what is it, 60? It's 60, right? Smelters. It does 30, so I could do 2 smelters. There's like something... I'm stuck. There's something going on right there. Because this is just doing... Right now, it's just doing 60. We could boost this up to 120. Right now, it's doing 60. So we can just do 2 smelters. And then I'll probably have them go down. We'll do the smelters up top and then do factories, like down a level, just so it's multi-tiered and fun. And you are producing concrete? No, you're not. Oh, you know why? Because you're an idiot. That's why. So I selected concrete, but what did I forget to do? Yes, you're right. You forgot to put power to you. You dingbat. Oh my god. I swear. I swear. Okay, so now we have concrete. That's good, because I think I'm running out of concrete, because I've been using a lot of stuff, haven't I? Yeah, I don't have much concrete left. We might just have to take a break and let all this stuff kind of figure itself out here. And we might have to do some specification because of the concrete issue. Um... See, I really wish you could see elevation. But do we just build the steel plant right here? I think that's the flattest, because this is all like hills and stuff here. And I kind of wanted to keep the general road idea going still through here. And I could even still have it go through there if I put the plant here. I think that's a good idea, because then we could just bring that in from there, bring that in right behind it. And this can be our, but once again, since I can't see elevation, we have to see what our high points are here. As we'll just build above this basically. This kind of looks like our highest point over here. So if we just, let me just put a foundation down just so I know where I'm at. I wanted to put more than one, but thank you. So I think we can just do that. And that'll still keep the general road. We can come out this direction. Like I said, we'll bring in the goodies from this side. So production will come out this way. We still have plenty of room to go that way, plenty of room to go that way. We still keep the road. We could even put a truck stop right there. Yeah. I think now I'm missing materials. So do I just take a break and let this warm up, or do I go get more materials? Because I'm using a lot of stuff right now. I mean, it was mainly concrete. I used a lot of concrete. And since I forgot to hook this up with power, it could have been making concrete this whole time, but no. You're an idiot and decided not to be productive. But yeah, I will put a small little iron factory right here. We'll just bring the iron like this way and then come that way. And then I can do a splitter basically. And we'll put it like right in the middle here. And then we will put a smelter, which I think I need to put one more platform, maybe a couple of more platforms. We're going to have to do at least a couple more, it looks like. Because that is not going to work. And then see, then it can just come out and go down. Right? And then we'll just put these side by side. And these are just Mark 1 belts, so we can just go U to U and U to U. And then we can bring you this general direction. Actually, let's just go like right there. And then we can go like that. Which will bring our... And then we need to bring power over here. Which will bring from down there, or else we can set up kind of a power line going down the road here. That would probably be the smarter thing to do. I mean, that's not a perfect road, but it is good enough for now. Because that's already got 4 attachments on it. You're going to be copper. And E, you are going to be copper. So we're producing 30 a minute. Our 60 from the drill. These take 30. Boom, boom. We can eventually overclock it if we want to. Did I hook both those up with power? Oh yeah, I did. And then what we can do is bring this down. We'll just put a merger here and bring them both down on this side, I guess. So we need to figure out where... I probably don't have enough to do this. So if we go vertical, 1, 2... And then we can just build a factory, because we need to make so copper takes ingots, wire takes ingots, and then cable takes wire. And copper takes 20, wire takes 15, and we're going to be getting 60, so that's 2, 4. It'll be a little under production if we did 4 constructors, because we could do 2 because this takes 20, which will leave us 40. This takes 15. Granted, we could underclock these. That's 40. Because if we made both, well, if we made both of these just 10 per minute, we'd have to figure out the math. So we could do 20, because that would be 10. So if we did 4 constructors, 10 and 10, and then did these at full blast, which is 20. So 2 of those would be 40, 50, 60. Yes. I need... Where am I with supplies, though? I'm getting so dang low. I don't have a lot of concrete left. Are you kidding me? I might just go take a break to get my concrete production back up. But yeah, we'll make... Because once again, we're getting 60. And then when we build our bigger factory, we'll need the copper sheeting anyways. No big deal. We need to get that done. Power should still be good. Yeah, I'm nowhere close to hitting that. And this is pretty much an infinite source over here. Let's just make sure everybody's being productive, though. Let's go back to the noise. Sorry about the noise. So you are being efficient. You are being efficient. Yep. Yep. Get away from that noise. So, other than the issues we had, we are actually extremely efficient. That is great. So this should just be working double time over here too, right? Still got my headlight on. Yep, you're just pumping like crazy. You're not quite backing up just yet, right? Well, you kind of are, but... But if we were going to build another 6 of those power plants, we're going to have to double up on the coal production. And once again, we have coal down there, too, that we can start trucking back and forth. So, I mean, it's not like we don't have the coal in the area. Because usually 6 plants, 102 normal nodes will be just fine. These were... Because both of these are doing 60. So they're both doing 60, but... Yeah, if we wanted to actually make that more productive, we would have to bump those up. But then the problem is we don't have enough... Because these are only 120, we would need the Mark III shenanigans. But yeah, I say... my concrete issue is my problem right now. That's why I'm just kind of like wandering around thinking of what to do. Because once we get basic steel up, we can get the Noblest, we can pop that open. Then we'll have 2 of these. I think they're both normal. That's normal. That's normal. Good. So that'll be a lot of production. We can finish that plant over there. I don't really need to do that. That's kind of overkill to have an iron plant. It was just... a thought. We might not even... I might leave it as that for that right now until we can get... I really want to get the basic steel done. And I'm actually shocked that I still have enough stuff in my inventory, right? I mean... Well, right now it just says I need 1 foundry because I built everything else I was gonna use. So we're gonna need a foundry to make ingots, and then we're gonna need constructors. I think we just need 2. Let's just put 2 on there. Because we don't have to smelt anything, because that's what the foundry's for. And then obviously we'll need belts and storage and all that. And then we might set up a trucking route. And because now that we have coal over here, and we probably would... no, we can't do that yet. Six is just not enough. So I might have to hit the struggle bus and do 6 more. And we're just going to find a way to keep that going, though. Because, like I said, 120 can power 6, so I would need another 120 to power another 6 more. And it'd be nice if there was a pure node, but the only pure node that's over here is way over there. Everything near me is... Okay, so that's pure, but I think this one's pure too. Impure. Yeah, there's one that's, excuse me, pure. So I could set up a trucking route for that to bring it this direction. Because I don't know where that one is. And this one's probably technically closer, and it's more of a straight shot for a truck. It's an easy loop route it can do. Drop stuff off, pick stuff back up, and plus it'll be getting coal. And I can tap all those coal nodes to create, I mean, even though some are impure, it'll all just, whatever. It'll all work in the end. But yeah, let me get this backed up. I don't feel like walking all the way back to the starter base. Let's get that backed up for a second, and then we'll go ahead and start building this. Let me go for a walk real quick, and I'll be right back.